It's quiet at the airport curb. Too quiet. A woman stands there, nearly 70 years old. One suitcase. No ticket. No plan. Her son is already back in the car. His daughter in the back seat. The engine running. This wasn't abandonment. This wasn't an accident. This was a decision. 20 years in the making. So here's the question no one wants to ask. When you leave an abusive parent behind, are you heartless? Or are you finally free? This story doesn't begin at an airport. It begins in a house filled with fear. At 12 years old, a boy does something unthinkable. He leaves his mother through the courts, moves in with his father. On the official paperwork, under name of child, his mother writes a sentence that will haunt him for decades. I have no son. That moment fractures everything. Family, identity, safety. For years, contact is minimal. At 17, then briefly in his 20s, then silence again. He grows up carrying rage, guilt, and confusion. He drinks hard for over 20 years, until 2018. Sobriety changes something. Clarity arrives painfully, and with it, a dangerous idea. Reconnection. He's almost 40 now. His mother is nearing 70. She has no contact with 2 of her 3 children. When he asks about the past, the abuse, she doesn't deny it. She dismisses it. You're an adult. Let it go already. That's when he understands the rules. There will be no accountability, no apology, no repair. If there is peace, it will be one-sided. Still, they try. Family reunions, arguments over small things, even a 3-week overseas trip together. Tense, but functional. Until the invitation. Last summer, he invites her to his city. A band she's loved since he was a child is playing. The plan is clear, simple, controlled. Wednesday, she arrives. Thursday, the concert. Friday, she FLIs to visit his sisters. Saturday morning, he leaves town. But at arrival, she drops a detail casually. She only bought a one-way ticket. He feels it immediately, that old tightening in the chest. He reminds her, once, twice, several times. Please book the Friday flight. He is clear about one thing. No one stays in his house while he's gone. She agrees, or pretends to. Friday arrives. The concert is fine, almost normal. Then she says it. She still hasn't bought a ticket. Prices are higher now, so she's decided to stay a few extra days in his house while he's away. This isn't forgetfulness. This is pressure. He states it plainly. I leave at AM tomorrow. You need to get on that plane. He even offers to pay. She refuses. Instead, she plays the card she's used his whole life. I'm your mother. Accusations follow. Distrust. Guilt. But something has changed. He doesn't argue history. He doesn't explain trauma. He repeats one boundary. I don't want anyone in my house. This isn't a legal crime. No police reports. No handcuffs. But psychologists have a name for this pattern. Coercive control. Timeline. One-way ticket purchased. Repeated reminders ignored. Boundary acknowledged, then violated. Emotional leverage applied. Expectation of last-minute surrender. Illegal. No. Manipulative. Yes. Who benefits if he caves? She gets housing. Power. Proof that boundaries still don't matter. The system doesn't intervene in emotional crimes. Families are left to police themselves. And sometimes, the only enforcement is walking away. For her, control has always meant survival. If she bends, she loses power. If she apologizes, she admits guilt. For him, obedience once meant safety. Now, it means erasure. This moment isn't about a plane ticket. It's about rewriting a childhood contract. Victim mindset. If I give in, I disappear. Villain mindset, intentional or not. If I push hard enough, he'll break. So how did it get here? Because unhealed trauma doesn't age. It waits. At the airport curb, she says one final thing. Fine, take me to the airport. A gamble. She expects him to stop the car, to apologize, to beg. He doesn't. He unloads her bag, sets it on the curb. If you can't find a ticket, call me. I'll pay for a hotel. Then he leaves, not in anger, in silence. The standoff ends, not with shouting, but with absence. Was this abandonment, or the first boundary that actually held? If someone ignores every warning, Who is responsible for the consequences? Can a parent weaponize age and motherhood to override consent? And the hardest question of all, when an abusive past finally collides with the present, is walking away an act of cruelty or an act of survival? Because maybe this story isn't about leaving someone at an airport. Maybe it's about finally refusing to go back to where the damage began.